Hey guys, it's JJ. Welcome back to the DC State Dynasty, where we are now 9 games into the season. We are 5-1 in conference, tied with Ohio State and Michigan. Very tough season for us, especially last episode. We had 3 really tough games, but today we're gonna face a couple easier teams. Maryland first up. Top player on that team is Mike Vickerson, a receiver that I once pursued and didn't want to come to Washington, D.C. But overall, this roster definitely lacks the top-end talent. Most of the players are like low 80s overall players. But then again, so do we. Now, George Reeves is their quarterback, 5'11", 191 out of Cocoa, Florida. George Reeves is an improviser with decent accuracies, although not great. That 74 medium accuracy doesn't look great. 90 throw power is average, no speed. Just a whatever quarterback, I guess. Jaden Dossie is their running back, 6'2", 225, a massive dude out of McDonough, Georgia. He's a former 3-star power back with very good trucking and stiff arm. Doesn't have great catching ability. The receiving aspects of the game are not working out for him, but he has solid elusiveness as well and 93 speed. So Dossie, definitely somebody to watch out for. Mike Vickerson is the top receiver on this team. Vickerson, 6'2", 213, is a very good route runner. All the route runnings are in the high 80s. His release is 94. He has great catching ratings. Everything's in the 90s. Man, if he were on our team, that would be so good. He also has more than enough speed, 95 speed, 90 acceleration. As a 6'2 receiver is pretty good. Jordan Weaver is the top, the number 2 receiver on this team. Weaver, 6 foot, 175, very slender frame. Not a great route runner, but at least has very solid hands. He's not the fastest dude ever. He's not going to break a lot of tackles, but 91 speed, 93 excel, along with some good catching ratings. That should be enough. Michael Chavka is the tight end, 6'1", 227, out of Wheaton, Illinois. Not the biggest dude ever, more a receiving threat. He has pretty solid catching ratings there. The route runnings are a little bit below average, I guess, but at least 84 speed as a tight end in this game is pretty good. At left tackle, we have a 79 overall, so that's already a weakness. They do not have any left guards on the team. Center, 88 overall, but he's injured, so one of their best players, actually their second best player on the team after Mike Vickerson, is gonna be out, so he's not playing. And then we have Jason Brock, also injured, so they're missing 2 of their top players, so 81 overall is going to take over there. And then at right tackle, at least they have an 84 overall. But overall, this team definitely lacks talent along the offensive line, and also along the defensive line. They do have one solid edge rusher here in Dorian Payne, 79 finesse moves, 85 power moves. Payne looks pretty solid. His pass rushing ability is decent. He's not the best athlete, but definitely will cause some havoc. That 75 block shedding also not great. And then along the defensive line, they also have a good defensive tackle, Sam Hautau. I'm not sure how to pronounce that name. 6'3", 317. A great run stopper, 86 block shedding, 88 tackling, 85 strength. But pass rushing, both of the pass rushing ratings are below 80. So that's not great news for their pass rush. And he's like the only good player in the middle of that D-line. For linebackers, they do have one good one, Ben DeWalt, 6'2", 233, out of Rialto, California. They got a California kid. DeWalt is a very solid blitzer with lots of power. He's not a great run stopper, but good enough. That coverage ability is absolutely awful, and DeWalt is not the fastest dude ever. And then at corner, they have a solid number 1, I guess. 5'11", 179 out of Virginia Beach, Virginia. Former 4-star. He's probably going to get a lot better quickly. Great man coverage, no press ability. He can tackle though, that's pretty good. Zone is decent, 90 speed is decent, but he definitely has some room to grow, and that's like their only good DB. So far we have played Maryland 3 times every year since we played this Dynasty, and we've lost the first 2 and then won the third one, and I think all of those games were 1-score games actually. Now let's see what we can do in game number 4. Charlie Hearns gets us underway. Matchup wise, I think we have a pretty good matchup here. We definitely have the better trenches. We have a solid O-line, which should provide us with more than enough rushing lanes. We have a good D-line, which especially on the edge where they have a couple of weaknesses, we should be able to win the battle in the trenches. We have the better quarterback. Don't know if we have the better running backs here, but Dalton Ellington makes it look like it. But that's going to be a 4th down. We're going to punt it away. Maryland gets the ball. 3rd down and 10 from the 36. And they're going to throw it to the flats, and that's not going to work out. That's also a 4th and 4. Yeah, and then receivers, they definitely have the better receivers. There's no doubt about it. Receiver has always been the weakness on this team, as we have a very nice run by Dalton Ellington into plus territory. Now we've got Bunch to the right, and George Garrison has got a run, and he loses the football. Maryland dives on it. They take over, and that one is going to stand. There was no doubt that this is actually a fumble. George Garrison loses the football for this White Tigers team, and Maryland takes over with pretty good field position, and they are going to go with the QB keeper, and that one's going to work out phenomenally. That's a 7-yard gain with a quarterback that doesn't even have 80 speed. And yeah, this Maryland defense also doesn't really have what it takes, as we have a 4th down and a punt, so that turnover doesn't mean anything effectively. 3rd and 4 for Westbrook, and he's got lots of time as Isaiah Stockton is wide open there and gains 27 yards on the play. Maryland defense doesn't have really good linebacking talent, especially not coverage linebackers, and they only have 1 good corner, no good safeties, so we should be able to beat this team easily, and I hope we can continue pounding the football down their throats. Dalton Ellington with a nice run there, and now 3rd and goal from the 6. Let's see what Westbrook can do, and that's a touchdown. It's Garrett Wolf into the end zone. The number 1 receiver on this team takes it away into the end zone, and that's a 7-0 lead for the DC State White Tigers. Let's see what Maryland can come up with on their 3rd possession of the game. Nice performance there, nice drive, especially by the offense. Let's see. This is Dossie, and he's got 7 yards on the play, and that's gonna make this 2nd down a lot easier. Now it's 3rd and 4. They lost a couple yards there, and they have got Weaver wide open. That's a 1st down, and they are gonna move the chains here. 1st and 10 from the 46, and that's going to be another handoff to Dossie as he has another 1st down into plus territory now. This is about, I'd say, 10 or 15 yards away from field goal range, and play action does not work out for Maryland. Dylan McCaffrey is in the backfield, and he takes down the quarterback. That is going to be, oh, that's my pen, I'm sorry. 3rd and 11, that's going to be a tough one, and dumped over the middle. That's a 9-yard gain. Willie pounds there with the tackle, and they're going to go for it. 4th and 2, that's a tough one, as we are going to get Dossie in the backfield. Multiple players there. Cordell Newcomb, one of them, and that's going to be a turnover on down, so we take over with a solid field position. Dalton Ellington wide open as he runs down the sideline. And that is a 25-yard gain for the running back. 1st and 10, and we have double twin set motion for Charlie Hearns. Westbrook has got some time, gets it away. Stockton has some space, gets 9 yards out of the play. The 5'8" receiver is very reliable. We have seen that a lot of times now. 3rd and 10, and Westbrook is gonna get it away, but that one's gonna be incomplete. intended for Garrett Wolf, but didn't come back for the ball. And we are going to take a field goal away from that one, 10-0, as Maryland is going to be back on offense here, and going down is the quarterback. We have David Gavazza in the backfield, and Maryland up with a 3rd and 19 ahead of the halftime, and they're just going to run out the clock here. We're at halftime. That was a very quick half. Lots of running by both teams that ran down the clock a lot. But so far, DC State is the dominant team, also dominates time of possession, almost 75% time of possession for this team. Well, let's see what they can do in the second half. 2nd and 6 as Maryland opens the second half, and they are going to throw a screen, very well executed. That's a first down for Jafka, the tight end. First down and 10. Dossie's the running back, and he's going to get the handoff, and he has lots of space. That is a 13-yard run down to the 45-yard line. And now 2nd and 10, actually, as they are going to go with the late play action fake, and that one's going to be caught for a new first down again. That's Jafka again, the tight end, moving the sticks a couple times here. 3rd and 3, and that's another catch for Jafka. That's another 7 yards. They're going to move the chains again. And this is now definitely field goal range. Close bunch to the right. Vickerson isolated left, and down goes the quarterback as the pressure is sent to Arnold Dozier in the backfield. And Maryland doesn't look great so far. 4th and 8, and they are just going to take the points here. And the field goal is off the left upright, but in. So that one's going to be good. 10-3. Maryland makes it a 1-score game, and now I formation for Austin Westbrook here, and they are gonna hand it off to Garrison. Nice running. He gets the ball back, 12 yards on the play. He fumbled the ball earlier, but they are just going right back to him and giving him the opportunity to redeem himself as the zone blitz is fired, and Charlie Hearns is gonna juke out one person. Also broke a tackle earlier. That's 2 broken tackles there. Great play as Austin Westbrook crosses 2,000 passing yards this season. 2nd and 10, Westbrook with Garrison in the backfield, and Garrison is going to get the first down. He breaks a tackle, first down, 12 yards, moving the chains again. So far, a very solid effort on the ground for this DC State team, and they're going to hand it off to Dalton Ellington now, who jukes out the safety. What a move. Only got him a couple extra yards, but still. 3rd and 5, close bunch to the right. Garrett Wolf isolated left, and Wolf is the target, and he dropped it. That was right through his hands. Dude, gotta have it. Instead, we're just gonna take the points here. 13-3, it's a 2-score game again. And I know usually I go for at least scenarios, but at that point, to make it a 2-score game was very valuable. Maryland goes 3 and outs. 4th and 4, they punt it away, and Gage Hawker is back deep, and he's got some room to return this one across the 50, down to the 35 is Gage Hawker, the punt returner, and that's great field position. Now George Garrison cuts it up the middle, and that's a first down inside the red zone already. So with one play, they're down there. 2nd and goal now from the 3. Westbrook hands it off. Ellington, touchdown. DC State up by 3 scores. 20-3. Maryland, absolutely nowhere to go. And DC State is now the leading, the by far leading team in this game. 3-score lead, 17-point game, 7 minutes left in the game. Let's see what Maryland can come up with. This is Mike Vickerson. So far, he has been shut down, but there he makes a nice grab for about 12 yards on the play. 1st and 10 now, and they're gonna have a throw. That's a play action shot, and down goes the quarterback again as we have Dozier in the backfield, and an injury for Cordale Newcomb. Well, that's not good. 3rd and 5, and Vickerson has a motion for him. He's now slot left. And they're going to throw it. Intercepted. That's Ben Baskerville. And DC State takes the football away from the Terrapins. And wow. Just wow. I can't believe that interception. A diving attempt by Ben Baskerville. As they are tried to throw it to the number 2 receiver there. Jordan Weaver. 0 blitz for Maryland, and getting the ball away is Austin Westbrook. Breaking a tackle is Charlie Hearns. They move the chains again. 1st and 10 from the 38 as they're running clock down now. We're at 5 minutes out, and Dalton Ellington has got a nice run for about 9.5, and that gets him up to 85 yards. 3rd and 6 for Austin Westbrook. And he has a clean pocket, 4-man rush, and almost intercepted. He did not see that linebacker right there. So that's going to be a 4th down, and we're just going to take the points here, make it a 3-touchdown game instead of a 3-score game. That one's good, 23-3. Maryland gets the ball back with a couple of minutes left in the game, but we're inside 2 minutes now. 2nd and 10. And they are gonna get a wide open man behind the defense against cover 2. It's Mike Vickerson. Touchdown, 82 yards to the house. And they do get 1 touchdown back. Maryland now down by 2 scores. But minute 50 on the clock. They did not get the onside kick. So this game is over. And just for fun, I got a couple more scores at the end of the game. Austin Westbrook wins player of the game, even though he didn't even have to do all that much. He did have a solid day on the ground. Austin Westbrook for only 55% completion percentage, 148 yards. That doesn't sound great, but 2 touchdowns, no picks. That's all you expect. George Reeves, he had a solid day through the air, but did throw 1 interception. For DC State on the rushing front. We have Ellington for 88 yards. We also have George Garrison for 80 yards. And at the end of the game, I called a read option play just for fun, and we actually did get a 39-yard touchdown out of it. So that was pretty fun. Receiving, Charlie Hearns, 74 yards, but also a drop. Garrett Wolf, only 2 catches for 11 yards and a critical drop on 3rd down. But a solid day, I guess, for especially the defense. We kept Maryland in check, and that was no easy task. For the defense, they didn't get a single sack in this game, or a turnover for that matter, apart from the forced fumble. But no interceptions, no sacks. The passing game was absolutely raging for DC State, at least the pass protection, I guess. And then for sacks, we had Arnold Dozier in the backfield twice. Graves got in there after we had the Cordell Newcomb injury. Ben Baskerville, he gets a diving interception. Great stuff there. And no forced fumbles for us, but a very solid day for this team. We win our 2nd one in this rivalry. We're now 2-2 with Maryland, and Big Ten Player of the Week is Arnold Dozier with his 2 sacks. That sounds pretty solid. And then we hit some very disappointing news. Cordell Newcomb, dislocated knee, out for 5 games. That is probably gonna have him be out until, hang on, let me calculate. I think 2nd round of the playoffs might be a target where he comes back. Maybe the semifinal. I'm not sure exactly, but he's going to be out for a while. We're not going to have him in the championship game if we make it there, so that's not happening. We get a commit at the end. Christian Fitzsimmons, solid pass catcher, 72 short routes. That's pretty solid. 82 acceleration. Hopefully there's a correlation, and he also has like 82 speed. That would be pretty good. We get a linebacker here, J.C. Sharp. 5'11", 243. So a very small but very massive dude. With some good run-stopping ability. The coverage, 59, that's not great, but at least he's a decent athlete. Let's see what we can do with him. And I think that's our only 2 commits this week. And our next game is going to be against the Iowa Hawkeyes. They have a couple of really good linebackers, a couple of really good guards, a crazy good kicker, at a 89 overall kicker. What on earth? A good defensive tackle, a couple of good right tackles. So the good players on this team, they concentrate on a few select position groups. But we're going to start off with the quarterback as always, Jason Street out of Lawrenceburg, Indiana. 6'5", 227, a massive dude. with 87 throw power, some really good accuracies. The quickness, well, I mean, 79 speed, that's not going to do it. So he's not going to run a lot, but he has very good accuracies across the board, and that arm is solid enough to make it work. Marquez Cherry is the top running back on this team. Cherry is a power back with 83 trucking, 82 stiff arm, 88 carrying, so he does all the power back things pretty well, but that juke and spin move look absolutely awful. And 89 speed, 87 acceleration. He obviously, honestly, he kind of looks like George Garrison, if I'm being totally honest. Thomas Poe, 6'3", 209 out of St. Charles, Illinois. Poe is a pretty solid route runner. All those route runnings are in the mid-90s. That's really good. He doesn't have the greatest catching ratings ever, but he's a really good route runner, along with 95 speed. So Thomas Poe, somebody to watch out for. Colin Lewis is the number 2 receiver on this team, 6 foot, 190 out of St. Louis, Missouri. Colin Lewis is a former 2-star, a deep threat with not good route runnings. He's not a good route runner at all. He has decent hands, but he does have the athleticism. That's pretty good. 93 speed, 93 excel. So they have a couple of really fast receivers, but apart from that, that's it. They don't have great receivers. They have a great route runner with decent hands, and they have a horrible route runner with solid hands. Yeah. The O-line for Iowa actually looks pretty solid, especially on that right side. They do have an injury, but it doesn't matter because they have 287 overall right tackles. That O-line for Iowa looks pretty solid. For the D-line, they do have a couple of good players, but again, it's just like Maryland. A couple of good players are not going to make an entire front, and there are some holes there as well. 85 power moves for Ty Makovica, 85 strength. We have 69 block shedding on Ty Makovica. That's just not good at all. 79 finesse moves, also not crazy. So there's definitely something to work on for Makovica. Tommy Romo is the middle of this defensive line. Didn't know that Tony Romo had his son go to Iowa, but that's fine. 91 power moves for him, very good strength. The run stopping is incredible. 94 block shedding, 86 tackling. Very good athlete, Tommy Romo. This dude is gonna make some trouble. He's gonna make some problems in this game, definitely. Top linebacker and top player on this team is Cordell Nix, 6'2", 236 out of Des Moines, Iowa. Nix is very good in coverage. 88 zone is very solid. He has lots of athleticism. He's not a great run stopper, but that 64 block shedding is not great though. But he's a very good blitzer, and he has 91 speed, 91 excel. So crazy good athlete with very good coverage ability. And then we've got basically his clone, another pass coverage linebacker, 6'2", 217, very slim frame for a linebacker, but again, very good pass coverage ability. His pass rushing is not quite as good as the other dudes, and that block shedding is just abysmal. But this kid has 99 speed at linebacker. What on earth are you talking about? How on earth are you going to defend 99 speed at linebacker? Or block 99 speed at linebacker, I guess. Miles Acosta is the top corner on this team. Very good man cover ability, but 85 zone is also very solid. So the number 1 corner on this team looks pretty good, apart from his athleticism. 84 speed, 83 excel. Well, that's not even good enough to play at safety, and honestly, even at linebacker, I would be concerned. But they're gonna start him, so I guess we're gonna see. But I hope we can use that to our advantage. Troy Abbott, another man covers linebacker. His zone ability is not even half as good. He also only 86 speed. What is up with these Iowa corners? Like, what are you talking about, man? So far, we have played them once. It was last year. We won. So we are 1-0 against Iowa. That one was a very tough game on the road. 27-25 was the end result. And they could have won it at the end there. They had a field goal lined up, a 60-something yarder, and did not make it, or otherwise they would have won the game. Instead, we win, and we're going to have a home game here. Let's see what Iowa can do on their opening possession. 3rd and 8. And down goes the quarterback already. That's Arnold Dozier in the backfield, who has been on a tear this episode. That's already his 3rd sack in 5 quarters. I guess 4 quarters and a half minute. Arnold Dozier tearing it up so far. And that's going to end the drive for them. They go 3 and out with a punt. And that catch is made. I do not know why the safety didn't knock it away. But George Stingley with a very nice catch. 1st and 10 now. Actually, 2nd and 12. I formation for George Garrison. And there is lots of space. They go down to the 4-yard line. It's an 18-yard run for George Garrison. He crosses 600 rushing yards with that one, so probably not going to get to 1,000 yards this year. He did last year, but last year we did run it a little bit more than this year. 3rd and goal for Westbrook, and into the end zone. What happened? Isaiah Stockton, he was wide open, and he did not catch the football. What are you talking about? 4th and goal from the 1. We're just going to go for it, and we're going to do the exact same thing again. Not wide open, but catching the football this time is Isaiah Stockton. Into the end zone. We've got the score at 7-0 for DC State White Tigers. And let's see what Iowa can do with their 2nd possession of the day. And we're going to see how this Iowa offense is operating. And wide open behind the defense. Oh, my. Why is it always Isaac York, man? That dude should be so much better. It's a touchdown, Iowa. The Hawkeyes tie up the game at 7. That was way too easy. What are you talking about? And that is not even one of the top receivers. McIver, that's like a number 3 receiver or something. But Isaac York, man, he is just a disgrace, honestly. For somebody that should be a superstar safety, he's not even close to there. Dalton Ellington, he runs it up the middle and gains a nice 1st down. Now split backfield. Heath McGinnis checks in. He's going to get the handoff, and he's going to break a tackle as well. Very nice running. 9 yards for Heath McGinnis. And he's still in the game along with Dalton Ellington. But now we're going to throw it, actually. When Westbrook, he sees the blitz, throws it right where the blitz came from. Isaiah Stockton with a 1st down grab. 2nd and 9 into plus territory now. And Dalton Ellington gets another perfect block by George Stingley. This has been a theme this season, man. George Stingley is just a menace in the run game. He is just a perfect blocker, as we've got George Garrison up the middle, 11 yards, and another 1st down for the power back. 3rd and 7 now, and checking back into the game is Dalton Ellington. 3rd and 7 is going to be a throwing down, though, and down goes the quarterback, Austin Westbrook. No pass. 4th and 7, and they are just gonna go for it here. Somebody jumps offside, they get the free play, and that's a 1st down for Garrett Wolf. Oh man, Iowa defensive line not looking great on that snap. Somebody jumps offside. We get a free play, we get the 1st down. We're just gonna decline that penalty. 3rd and goal from the 1. Let's see what Westbrook can do, as he is gonna have another drop in the end zone. What are you talking about, man? This is unreal, man. Another drop, and on 4th and goal we go for it, and it's called shy of the sticks. We are not gonna get this one overturned. We do challenge the call, but it is gonna stand. It's a turnover on downs. We don't get any points from that. If just Garrett Wolf had caught his target, he was wide open in the end zone. Just fucking catch your ball, get the touchdown, and get the lead. Now it's still tied at 7. We are having to defend Iowa here, as they are going to have a sack there. Nizialek is in the backfield, and the drive is over. But we just wasted an entire possession, get no points out of it, and now we're going to have to restart it on the 40-yard line. Actually, that's pretty good field position after that sack. Westbrook is going to get it away to Stingley, and he's got 8 yards on the play. Maybe I should just target Stingley. In this game so far, he's the only one that has been looking very solid. Ellington up the middle, tries to juke the safety. That did not work out at all, but it's still going to be a 1st down just outside of the red zone. 3rd and 10. Let's see what Westbrook can cook up here. He's going to have a target to Stingley, but that one's going to be incomplete in triple coverage. I don't know what the corner is doing there. He had a flat zone. And for some reason he was there in the deep zone. Whatever, man. We take the field goal and we get a sack immediately on the next play. So that's going to be tough for Iowa to crawl back out of. 2nd and 20. They do not crawl back out of that one. That's going to be a punt. And another great field position for the White Tigers. And we get the first down there by Isaiah Stockton. Somebody finally catches the football, man. This receiving unit is a joke. And now we're going to have a jump off sides, free play. Let's just run it. And Dalton Ellington gets the first down on that one. So we can just decline that one. Get a new set of downs inside field goal range. And now let's see if we can finally punch this one in. 2nd and goal from the 4. Westbrook is pressured. 6-man rush. That's a touchdown, Charlie Hearns. Finally, somebody catches the football in the end zone. What are you talking about, man? Jeez. Why is it such a pain to watch this receiving unit, man? It's tough. But at least we get the touchdown this time. And now it's a 2-score game. 17-7. And Iowa gets the ball back now. 1st and 10. And Iowa is not going to have any play there at all. We're going to have another sack. It's David Gavazza in the backfield. And 2nd and 17 coming up. Let's see if Jason Street can dig himself out of that hole, as Gavazza now has 10 sacks on the season. They do not dig themselves their way out of the hole. They're just going to kneel out the clock and take it to halftime. Of course, if you enjoyed the video, I would appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. While we move on, minus 20 rushing yards so far for Iowa. That's great news for us. 3rd and 13. Let's see what we can do here. Westbrook, after a couple bad runs on 1st and 2nd down, we get 12 back, but 4th and 1 from your own 27. I don't think we can go for it there. So we do punt it away after all. That's a punt after a 3 and out, and wide open. Oh my, Jason Street with a perfect throw there on the hitch route on the outside. That's a first down. 2nd and 3 now from across midfield already. And Street has a 4-man pressure, lots of time, dumps it off over the middle. That's another first down. Move the chains again. 1st and 10. Street has some time, gets it away. That's a first down to his number 1 receiver, whose name I have forgotten by now. 2nd and 1. Street standing tall in the pocket with double twin set. Has lots of time, gets it away. It's his number 1 receiver again, and that's another first down. Moving the chains in the process. 1st and 10, now trips to the right, and his number 1 receiver isolated left. As Street is going to dump it off over the middle to his tight end, and that's a first down again. They move the chains. They have not gotten to any 3rd down so far on this drive. 1st and goal from the 5. Street down to the flats, into the end zone. Touchdown, Iowa. And they cut into the lead. It's a 17-14 game, and 3-score lead is not quite what I had in mind, but we're gonna get the ball back, and let's see what Austin Westbrook can do on this one. And another great block by George Stingley enables a great run by George Harrison. Another first down. 1st and 10. Ellington checks in now, and he's gonna get the handoff, and again a great block by Stingley to give Ellington the first down. They move the chains again, and now across midfield already. They are going to throw the RPO to Charlie Hearns. That's an 8-yard gain. And 2nd and 2 coming up now. Trips to the left. Hearns isolated right. Handed off to Hearns. To Garrison. He runs over the safety. Falls ahead. Gets another nice rush for another first down. They're going to move the chains again. And now we're almost at the end of the 3rd quarter. We're going to have a read option call. It's Westbrook down to the goal line. It's a touchdown, and DC State is gonna retake a 2-score lead. What a play call by this DC State offense. They do not do a lot of read option. They want to protect their quarterback and just have the running backs do the talking. And when it works, why would you involve the quarterback? Well, on this one, oh man, the defensive end just fell for it so badly, and Westbrook gets down to the goal line. It's a first down and touchdown. 3rd and 4 now for Jason Street as he is pressured, but the catch is made by his number 1 receiver. That's gonna be the end of the quarter. 24-14 going into the 4th quarter. Let's see if Iowa can get back to their 3-point game. I'm sorry. Third and 9 for Jason Street, as he is going to be pressured and sacked again. It's Steven Niziolek's second one of the day, and he's going to hit the gritty as a 300-pound lineman, and that always looks funny. So 4th and 18, and they definitely got to punt this one away. Iowa with a deep punt down to the 12-yard line, as Hocker is going to return this one, and he's got some space there. He's going to turn it upfield across the 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. They're not going to catch him. It's a score. And I think this game is over now. Gage Hocker, what a return. He just makes one cut in the chaos and then turns it upfield, runs away from everybody, even though he doesn't even have that great a speed. That was a very good play for DC State. 31-14. I hope this game is over now. Jason Street, he's going to have a wide open number 1 receiver again. Nah, he finally needs to learn his name, man. 1st and 10 from the 45. Jason Street, again wide open, underneath receivers, 7 yards. They're going to move. No, that's actually not moving the chains at all. 3rd and 4 now for Jason Street. That's the edge of field goal range. And Street, he has some time. He can get it away, but he does so not passing the sticks there. And 4th down and 2. They're going to go for it. 2 tight ends on the field. And of course, this was a handoff. Nowhere to go. 5 men are right there to meet the running back in the hole, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. We're just hopefully going to take off, and Westbrook, another read option call. They have been working in this game. Westbrook gets a 1st down out of it. 1st and 10 from the 38, and another read option call. Man, I do not know what this Iowa defense is doing. Down to the 20-yard line, and Westbrook runs the clock down to 2 minutes. And they're going to have another read option call as Westbrook is going to run it down toward the goal line. Jukes out the safety. But there were a couple too many players there. Still a very nice run down to the 5 and an injury on the play for Iowa. Ultimately, we do not get the touchdown there. And we're just going to take the points. It's a 20-point game now. And Iowa down by 3 touchdowns. That's not makeable. So we're just going to skip ahead to the end of the game. They do not get any more points anymore. Instead, we win 34-14. Well-deserved victory, with player of the game being Austin Westbrook. He had a solid day on the ground and through the air. And I hope we can continue this trend. Austin Westbrook, 54% completion percentage. Yet again, a low number, but yet again, it's on his receivers, man. This is so tough to watch. All these drops, man, and 2 of them in the end zone today, man. Oh, it's such a pain. It cost us 7 points in the end, those 2 drops. But, like, seriously, do you have to do that? Do you have to drop the football every time? It's so annoying. No matter. Let's move on to the numbers here. We had a solid day on the ground. Austin Westbrook had a solid day on the ground, especially. But Dalton Ellington also had a pretty solid day. 2 drops by Stingley, 2 drops by Wolf in this game. Isaiah Stockton, I mean, he also had a drop. I don't know. What on earth are you talking about? The ball was right. I mean, it was on his knees and not in his hands. But, like, dude, just grab it up, man. Thomas Poe, that was his name. Jesus, can't remember it. Thomas Poe, we could not stop this dude, man. I do not know what on earth was happening, man. His long is a 28-yard reception, and he still made it over 100 yards. Thomas Poe, he was a pain. But I mean, he was a great route runner. He was open all the time. That makes sense. For the defense, we did have 2 sacks by Steven Niziolek. We have 1 sack by Gavazza, 1 sack on the blitz by Manny Fine, the slot corner, and a half sack between Graves and Dozier. Do not know why Graves gets any what's it called? I do not know why Graves got the half sack there. That doesn't make any sense. It was Arnold Dozier's sack, and he was by himself. Do not know why his sack is split. Okay. Let's move on. Last game of the episode, and also last game of the season against the Washington Huskies. And they're always a challenge. Lots of players in the high 80s for overall. And it's across the board. It's not just like a couple position groups. is the entire team. They are so good across the board. We're going to start it off. Best player on the team is Damar Aguilar, the quarterback. 6'3", 229 out of Portland, Oregon. He decides to not play for Oregon. That does not make any sense to me, but okay. Accuracy-wise, he looks pretty solid. 96 throw power. The only thing that's not good about him is his injury rating and his athleticism. That 74 speed looks pretty abysmal, but Aguilar should be a solid pocket passer. Deontay Rich is the running back, version number 23. Rich, 5'10", 193. He's an elusive back out of Washington. Rich is, well, I mean, that juke and spin move need a little work, but he's a solid elusive back with absolutely no power and decent athleticism. Actually, 93 speed is pretty good for a running back. Richard Toppins is the top receiver on this team. We always had Kenyon Ream here, but he was drafted last year, so we're not going to see this dude again. Richard Toppins is instead the new number 1 receiver. He wears number 84. Toppins is a great route runner, but his hands are pretty bad, and 89 speed is also not great. So that number 1 receiver doesn't scare me a lot. Paul Cleland is the number 2 receiver on this team, also a 4-star receiver, 6'3", 200 pounds. Cleland is a very solid route runner. That deep route running is pretty abysmal, but he's more of the perimeter guy. Great hands, great elusiveness, and some decent athleticism with 95 speed. That's pretty good at 6'3". And then the top tight end on this team is Jeremiah Baum. Not sure how to pronounce that one. 6'6", 242, I think. His hands are very solid. His route runnings are not. He is a decent athlete, nothing crazy. Actually, 86 speed is pretty good at tight end. Not a great blocker, but with those hands and the athleticism, I think he's going to be just fine at tight end. Let's take a look at the O-line. They do have a very solid left tackle, but that left guard is not good enough at all. 87 overall center is good. They're going to miss their right guard, so it's going to be an 83 overall playing there. And I'm guessing that the 76 overall is going to take over at left guard then, and they have an 87 overall right tackle as well. So this Washington team has a very good O-line. They have a couple good receivers. They have a very solid pocket passing quarterback and a decent running back. That offense looks pretty good. Let's move over to the defense. Hayden Jewell is the top edge rusher on this team. 85 power moves, 82 finesse moves, great pass rusher. Not a great run stopper at all. Decent athlete, nothing special. David Phoenix, one of the best players on the team, is in the middle of this defense. Phoenix, 6'1", 293. One of the smaller dudes in the D-line, but pretty massive with great run stopping ability, lots of strength. Pretty abysmal pass rusher, but apart from that, he's a very solid run stopper, and I'm guessing he's probably gonna ruin a few plays today. Lawrence Tukuafu is the top linebacker on this team, and if your top linebacker is an 80 overall, you're in trouble. Not a great run stopper. The 78 tackling rating would scare me a lot if I was a Washington fan. He does know how to rush the passer on blitzes and stuff. He's a great zone cover corner. 94 zone coverage, 84 man is crazy good. That would even be crazy good at corner, but he's a linebacker. Jeez. That top corner, Phil Hawkins, 6'1", 177. He's a prototypical outside corner with very good man and press ability, 92 catching. The zone coverage is lagging behind a little bit, but 83 is still good enough. What he is really missing though is speed. 88 speed, 88 excel. We have faster receivers than that, so we might be able to abuse that. And the other good corner on this team is Antoine Rubin, 6'1", 195 out of Oregon as well. Rubin is a man cover corner with some pretty good catching ability. The run stopping is not horrible. He's decent in zone. Actually, 87 zone is really good, honestly, for a man cover corner especially. But again, 86 speed, that's not great. So again, a couple corners that lack speed. And then the safety, Teddy McGraw, 6'1", 218 out of Carmichael. Teddy McGraw is a 93, is at 93 zone coverage, man. That is crazy good. He knows how to play. He's good. recognizing plays. He's very solid in run support, but his man coverage is utterly abysmal. So far, we've played him once. That was not a fun game. We were blown out with 20-0 at halftime. We did manage to make it seem like a close game at the end there with 2 touchdowns, but oh man, that was a tough game. But that was back in the day, you know. I think it was season 2 where we had a 1-11 record, so no shock there. And yeah, Washington, this one's probably going to be tough again, even though they are not having a great season. They are probably not going to get to a bowl game, but I think we should not underestimate them. They do have a good matchup against us. They have a solid O-line, which is our strength, the D-line. So if they have a good O-line, they are automatically neutralizing our best strength on this team. And they have a very solid offense. Let's see what we can do. The best we can do is a sack right off the bat. Arnold Dozier in the backfield as we are playing with our alternates, our red ones, and we're gonna take over here with great field position after that sack. 2nd and 8, and we're gonna run it. Nice block by the fullback. Get the first down. George Garrison up the middle, up the gut. That's always a good play. And now 3rd and 4. We're gonna have to throw it. Westbrook gonna get it away. Caught by McGinnis, the running back. He's gonna get the first down. That's a nice one. 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. Westbrook has Dalton Ellington in the backfield. And he's going to hand it off to Ellington into the end zone. Touchdown at DC State. It's a 7-0 lead. Let's see what this Washington offense can do now. This is, by the way, an away game. So that's not great. But Washington Huskies football now on offense. And wide open. That's a 9-yard gain. Oh man, that's Paul Cleland, the one receiver that I actually am scared about. 3rd and inches, 2 tight ends to the right. This is gonna be a run, and they run it up the middle, and for some reason they call that a 4th down. I have no idea what the CPU just did. He was clearly 3 yards ahead of the marker. What on earth? But okay, I guess I'll take the punt. And we're gonna have an RPO to the number 1 receiver, and George Garrison got confused a little bit and then just decided, yeah, let's just take the wide open gap on the left side to run it up the middle, get a first down. Now double twin set, hand it off, another great block there by the tight end George Stingley, and another first down run for George Garrison. 3rd and 14, Ellington checks back in after a couple bad runs on 1st and 2nd down. Westbrook is gonna have an incompletion. Stockton can't make the catch. And that one's gonna be a punt as we are in the 2nd quarter by now. And wide open rushing lane there for Washington. We have Deontay Rich with a very nice run. 1st and 10 from the 30 now. Rich is still the back, and they're gonna hand it off on the jet sweep, or not hand it off, flip it forward, I guess. 1st and 10 for DeMar Aguilar. 2nd and 7 now. Bunch to the right, empty backfield, and they're gonna throw it to Cleland, and that's another first down. Washington moves the sticks again from the 43 now. 2nd and 7 as Aguilar is pressured and goes down. It's Dalton Graves and Arnold Dozier in the backfield. David Gavazza joins the party later as we have a tough 3rd and 18, and they are not going to get any points out of that drive. 3.5 minutes on the clock for Westbrook in the second half, in the 2nd quarter, I mean, and that one's caught by Garrett Wolf. Very nice play by the number 1 receiver on this team. Move the chains, and now we have a first down and 10 as we're gonna throw an RPO, and that one's intercepted. It's McGraw, the safety, and he is gonna take it for a pick 6. What are you talking about? Unreal stuff. Teddy McGraw with a pick 6 for Washington. It was, I don't know, it was an RPO, man, and the outside the boundary corner was 10 yards off, so why on earth would I not throw an RPO to the outside there, as we are going to have a deep completion to Stockton now. Unreal catch. Hit during the throwing motion. Had to come back for the ball, and the catch is made. We can just decline the offsides penalty there. Move the sticks, but that pick 6 was unreal. Just a crazy play by McGraw. And now we're going to have a first down. No, that's actually second and inches. Garrett Wolf with a 9-yard reception. Third and inches. Now we're inside 2 minutes, by the way, now. And we're just going to hand it off to Ellington because there's lots of running room. And going to get the first down. 11 yards on the play for Ellington. First and 10 from the 23. Westbrook. Pressure coming in. It's a zero blitz. And wide open is Charlie Hearns against man coverage down to the goal line. And he dives for the pylon. And they are going to call him out at the 1. Apparently, he had a couple of his toes touching the white. We are not going to get that one overturned either. Third and goal, handed off to Garrison. And that one was a missed audible. They thought they were going to have a play-action shot. And that one did not work out at all. Yeah, audibles. That's the stuff. That's the stuff. We miss all points entirely. We didn't even have enough time to call a timeout and take the field goal there to at least get 3 points. So that was pretty disappointing. Westbrook has his tight end wide open in the flats. So that's a first down. We can just decline the offsides penalty as we start the second half. I can't believe that happened at the end of the half. I also can't believe the pick six, man. Second and 7, handed off to Ellington. Lots of green room, or green grass, lots of running room. Oh, man. Can't talk anymore. Lots of running grass, I guess. Third and 7, Westbrook gets it away, and that one's caught by George Stingley. As we had fourth and 1. Let's see what Garrison can do here. Up the middle, lots of space, man. We just, man, when the run is getting going here, there's nothing they can do about it. Third and 5, Westbrook gonna get it away. That's gonna be incomplete. I was about to say, man, if he had caught that, I would have been shocked, man, in double coverage there. So we're just gonna take the points. At least we have our lead back now, but we should have had our lead at halftime, man. Unreal stuff. 10-7, and Washington starts it off with a great first down inside plus territory already, and now they're going to run it with Deontay Rich, who's going to be laid out by York, but doesn't fumble the football away. First down anyway. From the 38 now is DeMar Aguilar. He throws it to the outside, wide open, another first down in field goal range now. Let's see if Aguilar can punch it in and take the lead. Third and 10. That one's going to be tough. And the pressure is coming in immediately. It's a zero blitz. And Aguilar turned to the wrong side. It's Willie Pounds in the end, chasing him down, the dude, with like 91 speed. There is no running away from that dude, man. And they are not going to get any points out of that because they were dropped out of field goal range at the end there. They do not have a great kicker. As George Stingley has a nice catch on the first down. First and 10. We're in the fourth quarter now. Let's see if we can finish this game. Westbrook gets it away. Catch is made by Stockton, 8 yards. And not quite a first down, but they do move the chains eventually. First and 10 from the 43. And another perfectly blocked up play. This is Benjamin Thomason, who does not get a lot of carries. Third and inches. Westbrook has George Garrison in the backfield. And Garrison is going to have another nicely blocked up play down to the 23. The clock keeps ticking down. Second and 8. George Garrison's in the backfield. And they're just going to run it to the outside. Perfect blocking. Another first down. This blocking unit for DC State is special, man. The run blocking is so good. I formation. Weak side run. And Garrison gets down to the 4-yard line. It's an 8-yard run on this one. And we're now having a third and inches play. Heath McGinnis into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington, D.C. State University. So the University of Washington, it doesn't look too great in that one. 17-7 as we are 2 minutes and 12 seconds away from the end of the game. And Washington now really has to hurry it up if they want any points at all. They still have all their 3 timeouts. We have 2 minutes and 5 seconds on the clock. Let's see what Aguilar can do. He can't do nothing without getting sacked first. It's David Cavazza in the backfield. And we're at the 2-minute warning. That one's going to be tough. And yeah, we're just going to skip ahead to the end. They did not get that first down. They turned it over. And just because this game was such a pain to play, I kind of wanted to obliterate the CPU and ran up the score a little bit at the end there. But yeah, we do pull off the victory, even though this was a very painful game to play. Aguilar, this is what I'm talking about, man. How on earth is the CPU always having like 80% completion percentage in these games? They're just not aggressive enough. They should throw more incompletions. You should be able to turn up the coverage sliders for the user defense and have tougher plays, but a more aggressive quarterback that also throws it if it's tightly covered and stuff. No, they only throw it if it's wide open, so you have to turn down the coverage slider so that the CPU will throw it at all. I don't know. I hate how EA makes games that way. It's so annoying, but okay, whatever. We're gonna move on. We finished the season 11-1. I am not willing to talk about this game anymore. It was so painful. We're gonna move on. We definitely are gonna play in the title game because we were the only team with only one conference loss before this game, and we just won the last one. So we are definitely gonna play the conference title game, and we're gonna see what is out there for us, waiting for us in the title game. I think it was 3 teams left at the end with 2 losses, and we're gonna get the weakest one. And there's some history there because Michigan State actually was in season 1 when we played here. Season 1, this was our only win in that season. We went 1-11, and in the last game of the season we played Michigan State and we won that game. I hope we can repeat history. Last game of the season again. Well, let's hope we can do that. As we get another commit here, Johnny Ellington. Maybe he's the brother of Dalton Ellington, but Johnny Ellington is very fast as a linebacker. 91 speed, 89 excel. For a 3-star linebacker, that's real fast. And then we also get a corner, Leonard Hammer. He's a 3-star corner with some decent athleticism, nothing crazy, but we did miss out on a 4-star corner this year. Notre Dame took him away from me, and we're gonna get this guy instead, Tyler McAllister and Leonard Hammer. 6'1", 199 as zone cover corner with some very solid athleticism and 80 zone coverage. Pretty good with that, and I think that almost wraps it up. Here is all the conference championship games. Nothing too spectacular, except maybe Bama or Georgia didn't make it in the SEC. That was a little bit weird, I thought. And for some reason, Georgia Tech isn't in this, as if the ACC doesn't have any good teams from Florida or something. What are you talking about, man? But okay, I don't care. That's gonna do it for this episode. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe for more DC State Dynasty. See ya in the conference championship game. Until then, have a great day.